What is up, everybody? Coach Ken signing on here just for the few things tonight. Going into week 23, 2024. Crazy. Flying by this season already. Unbelievable. June, really kicking off a bunch of races. July, August, it's just going to get crazy. It's awesome, though. Can't wait. The weather's changing. Things are looking up. It's going to be great. Welcome to new athletes that are on board here. Hope you like your stay, and I hope we can get you to your goals. Just a few things again. Just touching base now that just about everybody's going to be dipping into, especially after this week, because a lot of you are prepping for your A race, which is going to be New York 70.3. And you're going to be 16 weeks out, in another week. So you have something on your calendar this week, and then we're really getting into the meat and potatoes of the year. Like, we're going to build. We're going to get up to this race. We're going to be doing some things. Some of you for the first time are going to be touching these distances for the first time through training. It's going to be new experiences, new things, new feelings, good and bad. A lot to learn. The sport of triathlon, swim, bike, run, nutrition, fueling, so many things. Make sure you check back, look at some old videos when you have time, ask questions. I'll, address some things again here as we go forward. I do have some fun things leading with that for that group of athletes that are going to be doing that race. But more to come on that next video. But really with that is just touching base again on, it's going to be up to you, the athlete, to make those decisions and have that intention out there when you have to get the work done for the day. Are we going to stick to the prescribed plan? Are we going to kind of go off a little bit? Are we going to do too much? I would say anything is better than nothing. If you're having struggle getting out there for the day, just get started. Anything is better than nothing, but remember just the intentionality of the process and going through it and understanding and trusting that, not every session needs to be a race day. Not every session is, glitz and glamour. Not every session is going to, make your ego feel good on Strava. It is what it is. But I can tell you what will happen is you respect the journey, trust the process, and have a really good race day. That's when, you can really ride your high horse to the end of the day there with your race result and, with the work that you put in. But again, it's that intentionality of doing what needs to be done. There's a process to do everything, anything in life, just as well there is with endurance. And there's science and decades and decades and decades of good science and research behind the proper way to build endurance. There's a lot of things out there, a lot of flashy things you might see on social media on do this, do that, gain this right away. You'll be able to do that. It's all marketing. It's all just trying to, suck you in and take your money, basically. So you can't outdo science, and it just comes down to trying to equate it to something else in life. And if you're going to go plant some seed in your backyard because you got a bare spot and you want to go grow some new grass, you want to fill it in, you're gonna look at the bag, you're gonna look at the instructions, and you're gonna be very intentional with following those instructions, because if you don't follow those instructions, unfortunately you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. If you don't keep the soil moist, if it dries out, if you don't cultivate the soil first before you put those seeds down, if you don't put maybe a little topsoil on top of that, so many little steps that it's going to tell you. If you kind of miss something in there, or just say, hey, you know what, I don't need to water it every day, it's going to be fine. Let nature take its course. When the rain comes, the rain comes. Guess what? You might have a bad result. Or conversely, on the other side of things, if you say, well, they say to water it and keep it wet. If I water it even more, I think it'll grow faster. It's not the way it works. There's a specific process to get the best results you're looking for. Now, is that seed going to maybe grow a little bit? Yeah, it might. But to get those best results, intentionality and the decision making to do the right thing is where it comes down to. And it's fun. I say that word. I brought that word up again tonight. Intentionality is because one of the athletes here today that I was touching base with, I said, that was a great run today. You knocked it out. That was exactly what you were supposed to do for the day. And they said, all I could think about in my head was you telling me to just be intentional with this workout. It's fun when I'm conversing with you all and you kind of reiterate some things that I've said in the past, it makes me know that you're listening, and that you kind of like putting a little bit that extra effort in there to, that philosophy. I send everybody my philosophy of coaching when we first link up and sign on together. And I truly believe in that philosophy of coaching. And when you start to buy in on that methodology that we're going to use to get you to the results you want, and we're becoming that team, that's really pretty cool. And that's those are the good days of coaching, that when all things come together like that and it starts to click inside people as their journey continues. On that note as well, I just want to hit something about balance. We're getting into the bigger part of the year. Things are going to progress. Volume is going to increase. Do me a favor, take a look at the races you have signed up for. Reanalyze where you're at with life right now, personally, with things, because things do change. A lot of people do sign up for races and build out their calendars months and months, if not a year ahead of time. And things change. Jobs change, families changes, different things and different obligations that we have change. And if you feel that you may need to change something up in the schedule, like unfortunately I had an athlete this weekend that decided to step away from the training that they were going for this A race they had this year, just because their priorities weren't there for the training. And I respect that 110%, that they had the ability to step up and say and know ahead of time, with a few months out, that, hey, I just don't think I'm going to be able to put my all into what I wanted to do this season. So we rearranged some things and we're going to work from there. But now that takes a lot of courage to be able to not just try and mull through and get to race day and then have, just a poor performance or a poor experience. I don't like bad experiences in endurance, because then you may not want to do it again. So great for that athlete to recognize that ahead of time. No ego, no nothing. Just, hey, this is what I have on my plate right now, and that's what I need to do. And we had a good conversation about it, because part of the conversation was, endurance sports is stressful in itself. Not stressful in a worrying way, like bad stress in life about things, but it stresses the body. It stresses the immune system. It stresses a lot of things. And then if you have all this other stuff on your plate, good or bad, just time-wise, with family, business, job-wise, whatever it is going on, some things have changed. They just kind of piled up onto this plate. Then, it's stressful trying to balance all that, and some things have to give. And they made the decision to step away from that race, and I respect that. So again, hey, there'd be no harm, no foul. You need to change up your schedule just because you think I may not be able to put the performance in that I thought I could because something changed. So again, just reanalyze your goals. It's a good time right now, specifically for those going into like Jones Beach, that build right now. What is your goal? Are you gonna do you have the time and ability to set aside to try and really put a good training block in this year, do all the things we're supposed to do, maybe shoot for a PR or something like that? Let's start having these conversations now. Or if you're like, hey, I know I just got a lot going on this summer, I'm going to be busy, but I still want to train. I know it may not be my best result, but I just want to get there and have a good day. These are kind of things we want to figure out now for that. Another question came up. This is just completely unrelated to the conversation we're having, is power on the bike. I have a good presentation coming up. I'm hoping to finish it up this week, because it's a lot of information in there. A lot of different aspects of cycling. Different just topics that I've been thinking about things. But a few athletes have gotten new bikes over the last season and this season. They're coming from, say, road bike with clip-ons, to an actual like nice aero tri-bike. And if we're talking about power, and that's how we've been judging, kind of performance and effort, just know that power between bikes and different bikes and different ways, different measurement devices aren't always going to be completely the same. I myself, I have 3 different ways I can track power. I have my Wahoo Kicker, which is attached to a bike that stays on there, so I get power numbers from there. I have my tri-bike, which has a crank power meter, and that's gonna, Pioneer's the brand. Then I also have my road bike, which is a Stages power meter. So all of them are gonna kind of give me different power numbers. So I really can't intertwine the numbers 100%. But what is important is consistency from that device. Making sure the device is always charged, logging those numbers. I kind of know now when I go out on my road bike, kind of where my power numbers are going to be for effort. My tri bike, same thing. And then again, the trainer inside, because it is such a controlled environment. There is no wind, there's no outside atmospheric factors or anything like that. That's going to produce a certain result as well. So when I train on the trainer, I know I have this kind of power zones and what effort is where for what watts. And then same thing, tri bike and road bike. And then for those that have went from, and we'll cover this in the bike, from say a road bike to a tri bike, don't be shocked if like you get out there, you get an arrow, you're going down, and you're like, wow, I'm not hitting the power I was able to hit on my road bike. And that's fine, because a tri bike is so much more efficient. When you're an arrow and you're on the flats and you're just in the wind, tailwind or headwind, it's just going to be more efficient. So say you're able to ride 150 watts on your road bike and you're going X amount speed, typically average about on a normal day, is you may even push a little bit less on the tri bike just because of positioning and things like that, but actually might be going faster because of the efficiency of that bike. And that's one of the big talks I want to talk about with that cycling presentation, is going to be efficiency. The more efficient you can be on that bike, because it's the largest portion of a triathlon percentage-wise, the better result you're going to get for the day, because you're going to be more efficient out there you can even take two athletes that trained exactly the same. They're putting out the same exact power all throughout the day, whether it's on the bike and the run, but it comes down to efficiency on who's going to cross that finish line first. Who's going to be able to use the power that they're putting down with some other factors the most efficient way possible to get the best time of the day. So efficiency is a big thing on a bike, and that's something that I'm going to hit a few different points and a few different topics on that presentation. And I believe that's about it. If you're all looking for a fun sprint race to test yourselves in July, I recommend Jamesport. I know the price just went up again, but I believe it's July 7th. There are a few of you doing it. It's going to be nice to see some of you out there. I do have to sign up for it myself still. I just got to make sure someone is able to watch the kids that day. And I hope to get out there and do that race as well. It's one of my favorite local sprints. If you haven't done it, it is a little bit longer of a bike, which is great because, again, cycling is a very big part of the triathlon. So it is a sprint triathlon, but it does have a little bit of a longer bike. I think it's about 16 miles, the bikes, and it's a really nice bike course. So try and take a look at that. And as well, that's really just about it for right now. So week 23 getting started for all you Jones Beach folks. I know it's coming, but I got something special for you. I think I might do a separate video series on some tips and tricks as we go through this training plan kind of together, what to expect per block of training and what to really work on. And that's it. So that's it. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep balancing that life 1 mile at a time, and I will see you all soon.